Off air. Oh, there we
There
go.
we go.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to tonight's Go Green Hangout. Super excited to be bringing to you some really incredible products from Essante Organics. We've got an amazing panel with us. My name's Amanda Procput. I live out in Whitby, Ontario. I actually started using these incredible organic and chemical-free products about 18, 19 months ago. I was a customer coming on board as a customer, loved the product so much that I began also promoting the products. So we have tonight a great panel of people of expertise about an incredible product. It's a 3-step system called the Z3 Hollywood Instant Organic Facelift. It's for men and for women. We're going to explain to you all about the ingredients, why this incredible organic product is the best products out there. And if you can kind of take a glimpse, this is the step 1. We're going to go through the step 1, the step 2, the step 3. We're going to go through the vitamin C cleanser as well. So first I want to introduce to you guys a wonderful, awesome lady out from Marathon, Ontario. Her name is Cheryl. She's a grandma of 3 precious grandchildren and 3 children, or 3 grown kids now. But one thing about Cheryl, she's such a positive, incredibly spirited woman. I'm so grateful to be in business with her, and also to have her as part of our team, and also a friendship. I got to meet her in Arizona, in Scottsdale, Arizona, back in May, and it was just so incredible. So welcome tonight, Cheryl. So glad that you could join us. Thank you.
Thank you, Amanda.
No problem. And then next over, this way. Anyway, we've got Jana Zabo. She actually lives in Washington State on Whidbey Island, which is really close to Seattle. She's originally a New Yorker from New York City. She is an aromatherapist. She's designed many different organic products in the past. She's in spa product development, and she also educates people and her peers, our community, all about our incredible line as well, because she can really sink her teeth down into the incredible ingredients that we have. So I'm so grateful that Jan is with us also tonight to explain and help us and educate us as well. And then over one step more, we've got our incredible, passionate CEO of Essante Organics, Michael Winiger. Michael, has so much experience in the industry, is such an incredible educator, and so passionate about his amazing ingredient deck that he has. We have obviously the #1 comp plan. It's just such an incredible honor to have a CEO that is just so reachable. If we need or ask him a question, he's available for us. If we want him on our Google Hangouts, he's more than happy to drop whatever he's doing and come on board and help us out and educate us as well. He is going to be really going into depth tonight about the ingredients of the Z3 line, and also why why we're better than other brands. So thank you, Michael, for joining us. Really grateful for you to be here tonight. And then next we've got Tracy Matthewman. She lives just about a hop, skip, and a jump. Well, maybe not a hop, skip, and a jump. Maybe a bus and a metro or subway. Tracy lives about an hour away from me in Ontario, Mississauga, Ontario. She's just such a passionate woman. She's got a background of internet marketing. She's done just so much with blogging and videos. I'm always so inspired to watch her, how she teaches people and how passionate she is in her business and what she's always doing. She's a platinum executive also with Essante Organics, such a superstar with the fastest growing team in our organization. So welcome, Tracy. Welcome, everybody. Hey.
Thank you.
Good evening. So I guess, Tracy, you want to start us off?
Sure. Okay. Well, we're going to talk tonight about Z3 line, which is what Amanda mentioned. We have, if anybody wanted to check out the products, you could just go to EssanteOrganics.com and see these anti-aging products that we have. But first, what I want to do is hear from Cheryl, because Cheryl has a great testimonial that she's been keeping us up to date with. She gave us her first, I think it was 30-day before and after picture, and then her 90-day before and after picture, and I'll let her give you the details. But Cheryl, I'm gonna, while you're telling us your story, I'm gonna pop up on my screen your picture, so for anybody who's watching, they can listen to Cheryl, or they can watch her, or they can flip over to my screen and they can look at her before and after pictures. So Cheryl, start off by telling us, first of all, your results, and then what your routine has been and the time frame around that. And while you're doing that, I'm going to get your picture up here.
Okay, well, I started with Essante Organics on March the 16th, and I didn't start using the Z3 until, I'm thinking, the end of March before I got my product in. So right away I started to use the vitamin C. Before I even got the Z3 in, I started to use the vitamin C at first, and then I started to use the Z3 when it came in. It was kind of a gradual thing. I really didn't notice it myself so much, but other people were noticing that my wrinkles were seeming to go away. So I took a few pictures, and then I started to notice myself by looking at pictures that I'd had before. And the first picture there on the left where I'm kind of suntan is when I was in Cuba in February, and I was pretty wrinkly there. The next one was about after using the product for, I'm thinking, not even 2 weeks. And then the last picture on the very bottom corner there was just taken a few weeks ago. The reason that I posted so just recently again was because my son, who lives in British Columbia, was Skyping with me. He said, "Mom, all your wrinkles are gone. Like, where'd they go?" And I said, "Well, it's because I'm using this awesome product." So that's pretty much my testimonial as far as that goes. What I do for a routine is I normally do it twice a day, in the morning and at night. I wash my face first with the vitamin C cleanser. Then I use the #1, I guess, anti-aging. Then I use the eye cream around my eyes, and I also use the facelift, which is awesome. And after that all kind of dries up on my face, then I use the Rejuvenate moisturizer as well. I don't hardly wear any makeup on my face at all now. I guess I feel like I don't need it really. So yeah, that's my testimony as far as the product goes. I just absolutely love it. Right now I'm out of my actual facelift, so I'm waiting for that to show up, my #3. So that's it.
Okay, well, I just want to bring the picture up again here. Can you guys see the picture?
No, not right now.
Can you see the picture on my screen?
No.
No.
What do you guys see? My face still?
Yes, your face.
Went away. The picture went away.
Yeah, you had it there before.
Oh, sorry. Hold on one second.
#3 right there.
Okay, now you can see it, right?
Yes.
No, we can. Yeah, there.
Okay. So yeah, I just want to kind of point out, this is a Facebook photo that Cheryl uploaded. I'm trying to get rid of these lines here, but you can kind of see, you know, like on the sides of her cheeks, like how big of a difference there is between just 2 weeks. That's like totally incredible. When I first saw this, I was blown away. Yeah. And then it was only a couple weeks ago, I think, or well, it was July 14th, that you put up your 4-month picture, and that's just like,
yeah,
wow. It's really incredible the results that you've gotten. So that's great. I'm so proud of you for taking our products and doing something beautiful for yourself. So that's awesome.
Yeah,
okay, well, thanks for sharing that.
Thank you.
And I just want to say, if there's anyone who has any questions for Cheryl or any of our panelists tonight, I'm going to be monitoring the chat on the gogreenhangout.com page, so just post your pictures there, and when I see a question, I'll come back in and we'll get those answered for you. But I guess now what we'll do is we'll go to Jana, and Jana, you are like a product formulator, right? You formulate organic skincare.
I fell into that field because of my passion for making products for myself and my friends to start with, and then it just kind of you know, just got around town in Seattle, and people, one store wanted me to carry it, then a spa wanted me to make products, and then the rest was history, and then it was just became pretty big, and after a number of years it became too big for me to handle. But yes, I became a product developer after studying aromatherapy with a scientist in California, Kurt Schnobel, Pacific Institute of Aromatherapy, and it started with that, and I followed a lot of the only European apothecarists and aromatherapists because I experienced that their information was the most authentic, firsthand, and after that I just went crazy with it, and
Okay.
people wanted what I'm anyway. So yes, that's my history.
Tell us briefly, what was it that attracted you to Essante?
Well, before I created my product line, for many years I was what they call a product horse, and I became a consumer on my knees for all kinds of natural products that defeated the idea of being natural or maybe organic, and I'd have to throw them away because either I was allergic to them. Usually I'd have some sort of negative reaction, and then I would just get so frustrated after a period of time of then trying to collect another group of products because I couldn't understand what was in the products, and then I actually started cross-referencing because I learned a lot about the cosmetic industry at that point. Many years ago, I worked for an advertising agency in New York, and I actually was working for Noxema Skincare, so that's another story, but that definitely led me in this direction. So Essante, well, there are a lot of organic companies around, and the only one that's close to being really natural is one that I've enjoyed called Weleda, but still that's out of Germany, and I'm not really sure about the quality of each of the products. Anyway, having my own business, knowing that it's really hard to go to the distiller or get product from the person who's growing the flowers. I've supported a local organic farmer in Washington for over 30 plus years, and my health has always been the first thing that I've done before I've paid my rent or anything. So keeping the organic farmer in business has been my intention because I've really wanted everybody to fill their bodies without pesticides and put that on, you know, really safe things on their skin too. So my quest has been to find the most natural product available, and this is the only skincare product that I've ever found, except from what I've made myself, that I feel safe by just being totally addicted and never changing my product line, because my skin within 24 hours, I mean I've made like maybe one product or two, like a two-step system, but in this one product there's like 70 certified
Which
organic.
one's that?
This is the anti-aging step 1.
Okay.
And it's filled, and all the vitamin C is derived from fruits and plants and essential oils. And it's described on the back. So there's no, there isn't like a plant name that even doesn't have a definition of. There isn't it isn't a Latin non-translated name on the back of this label. And then everything, I've noticed like there's something in there. It's called Camu Camu. And it has 30 times the amount of vitamin C than oranges. And oranges, if you squeeze oranges on your skin, it can be very caustic and acidic. So it's really important also to let's say, with certain essential oils, to not put directly on the skin. So when something is made this, it's definitively made so carefully and caringly that one thing is balancing the other, is balancing the other, is balancing the other, and there's so much vitamin C in here, essential fatty acids, anti-inflammatory qualities, things that, you know, people that deal with rosacea and the capillaries that break on the skin. That this is the anti-inflammation quality actually is working with changing that into no rosacea, and then also moving the water from underneath the eyes. And I can go on and on, but there's an amazing amount of antioxidants in this product line, and also vitamin C. And then there's one thing that I do want to mention quickly in the vital eyes. There's this thing, muffane flower, and I know that Michael has a whole description about stem cell botanicals, but this builds the architecture of the skin, and that's why the elasticity in the skin is sprung back into the skin. I had a blemish the day before I started using this line right here that I couldn't get rid of for like 3 weeks. The skin kept breaking, and within 24 hours it was healed.
Nice. That's awesome. Awesome. All right, cool. Well, I mean, you've mentioned quite a bit of, you know, specific like groups of ingredients like the antioxidants and the vitamin C and all that. What kind of, I mean, other than the one you just told us, have you tried this on any of your clients or introduced it to your spas? Do you have any other results?
Well, I just came into this company really recently, and I came from a company that said they were an organic product company, and the skincare line was such a disappointment that I didn't look at this right away, and then I looked at it and I had to have it. So that's why I just started. I did a blog today, and everybody can read my blog, and I'm talking about my background, and so that people kind of have an idea that I'm not just coming from an ethereal place, I'm coming from a really grounded place talking about these products, and knowing that if I were to make these products and then market them and sell them, this whole product line would be minimum $500 charge to a customer. Minimum. And I wouldn't be making a lot of override. Like, I'm serious, because I have to buy all these ingredients to make this, and I've done that, and I know what it costs, and I've dreamt about having a product line like this, Amanda. This is the point. This is the point, and so I'm gonna run. I'm on fire with this, and I'm gonna run to the mountain, top of the mountain with it. Shout out! You have to have this. You have to have this.
Awesome. I love your enthusiasm for that, and you're obviously very well educated on this subject, so, you know, listening to you and taking your testimony to heart is really comforting. So that's awesome.
I just want people to be healthy and to feel that the aging process isn't so challenging for them, and that they can look at themselves in the mirror and feel like they're, you know, they look great.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us tonight, and sharing. And if anyone out there has any questions, please post them on the gogreenhangout.com site. I'm monitoring it as we go. But now let's hear from Michael, the formulator of this line of products. And Michael, tell us a little bit specifically about some of the ingredients, what they do, and why they're so great. And then also tell us some ingredients that we should stay away from in some other products, because I think most people know that, you know, some stuff is really harmful, and we need to stay away from some things.
Yeah, let's start first with, you know, there's a lot of skincare companies out there right now, and some in the networking industry, and some of them are growing very, very quickly, and it amazes me that people don't want to read their labels. They're just getting into the whole aura of hanging out and everything else, and not on a Go Green hangout, but just hanging out with their friends. And they don't really read their ingredient text, you know. and in these specific products that are out there, that are a few companies that are growing quite rapidly, you know, it doesn't matter even if they had a good ingredient in those on their label text. When you got phenoxyethanol in there, which is directly linked to cancer, when you have the glycols that are in there that are directly linked to cancers, you have sodium hydroxymethylglycinate. Oh my goodness, how long is that? You shouldn't even be, you know, the thing is, that will leach formaldehyde. Dimethicone, it's a pollutant. Whenever you see any other companies with skincare and they say they have collagen or elastin in those products, remember, the human body produces that. The only way they can get that, it's not plant-based or sourced. It's made from dead animals, from cows and pigs, and it does nothing for the skin. It clogs. You can't get it into a molecular size to even do any good whatsoever. So these people that are running around with all these different companies, PEGs, the glycols, the phenox, all these ingredients we're talking about, it's amazing that they might see some short-term results very quickly because of what the ingredients combined are doing, but it's going to lead to some very long-term consequences. And let's understand, I want you to understand that how our system works and how the skin works. Because there's
actually, Michael, before you go on, just tonight, actually, I had somebody message me and say, "Oh, did you know we have this new skincare line? It's now all natural." And I said, "Fine, send me the ingredients." They sent it to me. The second ingredient was some glycol, and there was phenyloxylina, whatever.
Right. The second ingredient.
Whatever. There was a bunch of crap in there. Anyway, so when somebody is touting their product as all natural, like, obviously this is something we have to watch for because, like you said, we always need to check the small print on the back of the container. But, you know, the word all natural is thrown out there so much. What do you have to say about that and, you know, the spin that's behind it?
Well, you know, they did a big thing on 60 Minutes, a TV show here in the United States, where they proved that all natural means chemicals. And you know, they're saying, okay, we got this skincare line, it's all natural, and they got phenoxyethanol. These ingredients I named before have nothing to do with the skin. They do nothing for them. They have no benefit whatsoever. They shouldn't be put on your skin. So when you're reading the label and you're reading what you exactly, I know exactly which one you're talking about. How is that? Even if that's not even natural. That's chemically, it's synthetic, and again, every single ingredient in every deck is either going to be organic or not. It's black and white. There's no gray areas. When a company goes to make a product, when an actual company goes to production, they have they've got two options, two choices. They can make their product 100% chemical-free and certified organic, or they can use chemicals, which is how they're going to call it natural. Because if you ask them if it's organic, they'll tell you it's not. So,
and just briefly before you talk about our products, tell us about the industry and the regulations over the cosmetics industry. That's important.
The cosmetic industry isn't regulated. It's self-regulated. So they're letting a lot of things slip, and now they're catching on. See, in 1936, the industry went into self-regulating itself. And what happened was now you got over 30,000 of chemicals in there right now that that are directly linked to really some terrible issues. And now they're starting to catch up. They're starting to recognize some of these chemicals. And now, you can go online and go watch a clip called 10 Americans. And there's a lot of companies out there too that say, well, don't worry, it's topical. Look, you know what? You got 3 layers of skin, actually 7, but one of them has 5 itself. And believe you me, nothing stops at a certain layer. It reaches, it goes into your bloodstream, it goes into your cells and tissues, and if you got something on your label that is linked to a terrible issue, I'm going to tell you what, it's a matter of time. That's all it is. So, yeah, the industry itself is a self-regulated industry, and now you can see some of the consequences already, and you see some of the companies like even Suave and Pantene, and then every networking company, most everyone, is starting to keep away from the parabens, but that's just one ingredient out of what, like 36,000?
Yeah.
So, So you might have eliminated one, but you still got the rest in there. So, I mean, what good is that, right?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, great. So now let's talk about our products and tell us, how did Cheryl get such amazing results? What was it that helped her skin to tighten up like that?
It's everything. You know, this particular Z3 series is a patented, it has a patented tri-peptide, which is botanical stem cells, and it also has a liposome patented delivery system. And what that basically means is that liposomes are kind of like eggshells. You know, you got the eggshell, you got the white, and you got the yolk. And a liposome will travel through the skin, travel through your system, and as it's breaking down, everything's held together and bonded together until it hits the part of the where we want it to go, and then it opens up, and you get all the benefits of of the products. So every cell renews every cell in your body renews every part of itself. So when the DNA inside the cell is renewing itself, it's got new cells constantly, never the same set of cells. The old dead cells have to get chewed up by enzymes. And I'm going to explain how this product works, because this is, you know, this is the understanding, is understanding how it works and how your skin works in order for this to actually work. So that's how the body works. It's like Pac-Man. It breaks up all the garbage, the dead stuff, and throws them out. And in our skin, part of aging includes the breaking down or lack of health of one section of DNA that keeps our skin tight. So if this set occurs and the DNA starts to get old and it doesn't renew itself well, the enzymes start attacking the DNA itself. So because it looks a little bit like garbage cells to it, and it attacks it too fast. So there's a disease that was promoted in the movie Benjamin Button. And even though it was a fiction story, he started off as an old man and he grew younger. And that disease that was presented is an actual true disease. And it's it's a disease of aging. And it's where the DNA portion breaks down its ability to hold firmness in the skin. All people aging, you guys, me, everybody, we have an aspect of this disorder or disease in ourselves. This protein has been scientifically proven. The protein that we got, this is a botanical stem cell in our product, one of them, one of many. This particular protein is proven to block this enzyme from attacking the DNA. The science of it. So let's put this in a real simple basis. Okay, basically we've got one. Basically we've got one. What should I say? A product, a stem cell that is a breakthrough product. I mean, it has received a gold medal award in the cosmetic industry for blocking one of the primary aging factors of the skin's DNA. That is the skin's sagging as it gets older. And the simple story is it's a biomimetic tri-peptide. And so it biomimics, it mimics, and we'll get into that. A biomimetic means that this tri-peptide mimics this particular protein that your own body produces that blocks enzymes from eating DNA. And it's an absolute biomimetic. And it's an absolute bioidentical peptide. And the peptides are like a pearl necklace. It's just not one amino acid. There are thousands of amino acids. So it's how you string the peptides on the necklace is how you create an exact peptide. Now let's talk about the botanical stem cells in the product. We know that botanical stem cells work better in the body than human stem cells for skin care. We have a very rare Swiss apple stem cell in Z3. We have an apple cell that's a cultured extract, and this is an extremely rare apple. And this apple has a very unique ability. It doesn't age. It doesn't wither. It doesn't lose moisture. It retains hardness. It retains its crispness. And when it's put into storage, after 2 years later, the apple looks exactly like it did when it was picked. So because it's so rare, what we do here at Essante Organics is we have a cell culture. And we continue to grow that cell culture. So we get the stem cell, from the cell structure, which is compatible to the skin. So it's our apple cell culture, again combined with lecithin, because lecithin is a liposome that carries it to the core of the skin, the base of the skin where it's needed. The skin doesn't sag on top, it sags at the base. That's one ingredient. I'm going to tell you about a couple more. And this product is loaded with botanical stem cells, and we can't even tell all the stories tonight. But we have an ingredient of green microalgae. We're using collagen, which is very skin compatible. Remember, not all greens, we have greens, right? Not all greens can we get into the skin. But chlorella vulgaris is known to get into the skin, and it does three things very powerful. One, it helps capillaries become healthier. And it amazed me, because I didn't talk to Jana tonight, and she mentioned about capillaries leaking. So what this particular stem cell does is it keeps capillaries from leaking. Leaking capillaries is just as bad as leaky gut. It loses its power to maintain its pressure inside the skin, and when broken capillaries occur, all sorts of aging things can occur. People can get rosacea, which is leaky skin capillaries, right? So this firms and tightens it. It's also known to firm and tighten the elastic girdle of the skin. And so we have a new breakthrough product that we're going to be releasing very shortly, which is just filled with this particular ingredient. But we'll go into that another time. We have an ingredient here that spears low weight hyaluronic acid. Now, hyaluronic acid comes in high weight, medium weight, and low weight. Medium and high weight stay on the surface. Low weight gets down inside of the skin. But if you got a wrinkle, people have wrinkles, if you put an even coat of low weight in there, it just penetrates and absorbs 1,000 times its weight everywhere. So the wrinkle doesn't really get much less. But if you put it into this spear, it's delivered to the base of the wrinkle, and it only expands in the base of the wrinkle, and that's why it goes away. Now, that's the area that you're getting plumped up. So within minutes, you're going to literally see some anti-aging action taking place. And very important, by the age of 50, and I think this is important to understand about this hyaluronic acid, by the age of 50, we lose 50% of hyaluronic acid in our bodies. So this actually helps supplement the hyaluronic acid in our bodies by the age of 50. That is one of the reasons our skin starts aging in the first place, is because we've lost our hyaluronic acid in the body. And this is contained when you're in youth, right? It's found in the skin. It naturally moisturizes the skin from the inside out, smoothing out wrinkles in the process. It's a nutraceutical. It acts to hydrate the skin and restore the vitality and anti-aging. It improves the skin contour and reduces depression in the skin due to acne, scars, injury, illness. It optimizes the skin penetration with a controlled release of the hyaluronic acid into deep skin layers, increases the plumpness effect of the skin to fill in the wrinkles, and long-term improvement in depth and the length of wrinkles as well. Now, we also use what's called Malachite. And Malachite is like wonderful. It's unbelievable. And this is another thing that a lot of companies are doing. They talk about, they talk about their what's the word? Oh my goodness, tongue-tied here. They talk about their antioxidants, okay? Well, look, this is the strongest antioxidant known to man. Why aren't companies using this? It's chemical-free, it's toxic-free, but you know what? The cost of it is extremely expensive to use, but we do it. And Malachite is the synergy that makes everything in this product work and look better. It's a stone. Malachite is a stone that contains copper. And you just can't put copper in the skin. The skin won't absorb the copper. But from this stone, we are able to take this extract, just the copper, And then we test the Malachite and found it's also recommended for people that are exposed to radiation. So especially computer screens that we're looking into, especially electric video devices, all that. People sit in front of a computer. What is next to the computer is your face. What is in front of a television? Your face. What is next to a video game? Your face. How about a cell phone? Your face. And Malachite prevents radiation from causing all sorts of skin damage, all sorts of damage, but including the skin damage. And people don't think or realize is that their face is being aged by the rays coming off their computer screen. But it does. So Malachite is like also a stress filter. And there's 15 different trace elements that sometimes you might have inside your body, but maybe your heart's using them up. Maybe when you have any type of inflammation or pain, your body will absorb these trace elements. So these 15 different trace elements that we are now feeding directly into your skin, they include iodine, selenium, silicone, chromium, cobalt, iron, lithium, magnesium, polymillennium, nickel, copper, tin, all of the ones in the exact dose that the skin needs, with the 5 major ones: copper, magnesium, selenium, silicone, and zinc. So it gives the body, it gives the cells all of those. And here's the clinical studies. I'm going to read from the clinical studies. They have found that oxidative stress, Malachite, it stops the majority of oxidative stress. The test is after the 4th, and then studied after the 7th day. The glutathione reduplicates, and the primary bad guy causing all of this stuff to occur, it's now been neutralized. Far better than vitamin C, far better than vitamin E. What Malachite does is it will neutralize free radicals, and thus it's called a stress filter. It's the best antioxidant known to man for the skin. So any other company that's out there talking about their antioxidants, you know what? That stuff's not even really doing what it's supposed to do. Use Malachite. It's the #1 known best antioxidant in the world, and it's in our product. We could go on hours talking about this product and what we use in the Z3 series, but
okay, well, we won't do that tonight.
No, not at all.
But that was really good. That was very interesting. Thank you. A couple questions for you. First of all, are the clinical studies available on our website?
Yes, they are. And
okay.
Because we put up the new website, if they're there, they're there. If they're not there, they'll be up there because they were there and we have them, and they are there.
Okay, so if they're not there, someone can get in touch with us and we'll get them.
Right.
Second,
they are there.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. They are there in the shopping area. So you just go to Z3, and at the bottom it'll show all the clinicals. At the bottom it'll show an ingredient list and case studies.
Okay, great. A couple more questions. First of all, the instant facelift. Can you tell us, I know that when you put that on, and if you put it on in a certain way, and I'm going to give you guys a link that's going to show you how to apply it for instant results, but Michael, can you just touch briefly on when you put that on in this method, it gives you instant results, but does it also have permanent long-term results? Can you talk about those two different aspects of that facelift?
Absolutely. The whole system, if it's done properly, what basically happens is it's got 3 major stem cells. That one, we talked about one, it goes in there and it blocks these enzymes from eating the DNA, the part of the DNA that's responsible for aging. And then what happens is this protein will actually go after the enzyme, so it's not attacking it. The second major stem cell will go in there and start helping the DNA repair itself. And then the other particular stem cell will actually go down to the mother cell. Basically what happens on your face is your skin produces new cells and rejuvenates itself every 28 to 35 days. So you have all these, what you're seeing on our faces are daughter cells from a mother cell that splits into 2. And this happens every 28 to 35 days, basically like a snake. You shed your old skin. And what happens is there's an actual stem cell in this tripeptide that educates the mother cell to actually break like it did when you were in your 20s and 30s. And so what it does is it creates cellular memory. So what happens is you want to take the face lift part of it, and when you put it on, you know, and you can try this at home, you take and you only do one half of the side of your face, right? And you put it up underneath the cheek, on the side, and all the way up on top, all the way to the hairlines, over the eyelid and eyebrow. You do the repairing cream like that, and then you wait about 30 seconds for it to, you know, absorb. Then you put on the facelift, and you do it exactly the same. Immediately after that, what you're going to do is, you know, I tell people when you salute, you would go like this, but you take your hand and you pull it down, and you pull up, and then you pull out with the pad of your hand, and you hold it there, and don't move it, because these stem cells, you don't want to move them because they're like little spaghetti strings. If you move them around, they'll ball up. But if you want the full effect, you go up and out, and you hold it there, and as soon as you let go, bam, your eyebrow is going to be up at least a quarter inch to an inch off the other side. That'll last 8 to 10 hours, and that you would do like in the mornings. So you would do the repairing cream, the facelift, the eye cream, and the facelift, and then at night you would just do the repairing cream and the eye cream. That's what I use at night. And so what happens if you keep doing this facelift? Within about 3 cycles of your skin, so in about maybe 3 months, you never have to use that facelift ever again, because this product is the only product on the skincare line that I've seen in any company that actually guarantees permanent results. And the clinicals show that those are permanent results. And then after about 30 days, you could forget about it for a week, and nothing's going to happen. It's going to stay exactly where it's at. And so it's a phenomenal product. I've not seen anything on the market like this ever.
Okay, awesome.
So,
we have
can I
one
ask a question?
Go for it. Yeah.
So does that mean that the results that I've had now with the wrinkles being eliminated to some degree, will that continue to stay like that without me using the facelift cream?
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. So what you would do is you would use the step 1 repairing cream in the morning along with the eye cream, and then at night you do exactly the same thing. And you only use the facelift when you want those facelift results. Maybe you're going out on the town, you want to bake, and within 2 to 5 minutes you'll erase 5 to 10 years on a person's looks, and it will last 10 hours. That's a nice thing. It lasts 8 to 10 hours, and then after continual use, what's going to happen is you're going to get that cellular memory.
Oh,
Awesome.
That's awesome.
Okay. So we have 2 more things. We got one question from a viewer, although I'm not quite sure I understand. It says, what are the 2 products in one of the products that are so rare and expensive? And this question's for Jana. You had mentioned 2 really rare and expensive ingredients.
Well, we have the flower, Jana.
Well, the jasmine absolute and tuberose are the essential oils. Just those 2 things are so pricey.
The flower that you mentioned was the
was that the methane?
Right. So that's a very rare flower and the Swiss stem cells. That Swiss apple stem cell is extremely, extremely rare. We culture it ourselves as well because of how rare that actually is.
Expensive.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. And one last thing I want to just mention for anybody who's looking at purchasing any of the Z3 line, we have a video that Zhenya, a girl who works with Essante, had made, and it shows you how to apply the instant facelift. And if you go to gogreenhangout.com/Z, I'm from Canada, so I say Z, Z3 application, you'll see the link there for that. I'll also post it in the comments here on the gogreenhangout.com, but it's gogreenhangout.com/Z3 application. So you guys can see a video of Zhenya actually applying it, and you'll see the before and after, and it's also very impressive. So is there any last comments from any of the panel, or Amanda, do you have any other questions you want to ask?
No, I just wanted to add that when Janet was talking about some of these ingredients, like she couldn't even believe some of these ingredients and how expensive they were, I've had that comment so many times as well from even, you know, a lady that I know that works at, she works at a hair salon, but she's a spa technician or esthetician, and she was looking at a lot of the ingredients, and she just couldn't believe what she saw. And she's a very proud user of this product as well. I love it. I've sent it to my mother as well, and I've seen a big difference in her face, especially around the eyes, like those, I don't know what you call those, like smile lines or crow's feet, like big difference.
Crow's feet?
Crow's feet. What did I say? Bird's feet?
Crow's feet.
Bird feet.
But like really significant difference. And as for myself, I don't use the facelift portion as often. Like Michael said, when I go out, I'll use it, and it'll last me the whole night or the whole day, depending on where I'm going. I love the product. I use it in the morning and at night. I pair it also with the vitamin C cleanser as the facial wash. Yeah, I always keep extra at home because it's just such an incredible product. I love it, and I actually learned so much from this Google Hangout. So Michael, thank you, and Jana and Cheryl, and
Thank you, everybody.
thank you so much, and Tracy for taking the board. I appreciate that.
Oh, may I add that on August 15th, I think that's a Thursday. I don't know if anybody can check for me.
Okay.
Can somebody check? It would be August 15th.
It's a Thursday, yeah.
It's a Thursday.
On
Yeah.
August 15th, and we can say this here because even if people replay this, you'll be able to find it on the website. We will have the actual formulators and creators of Z3 on a live conference call.
Oh my gosh.
So on a Thursday night call,
Wow.
we're going to go over the whole complete series, ingredient by ingredient, and this is going to be a real fantastic call. I was in a meeting with these guys today, and I said, hey, you know what? I talk very quickly, so I mean, you know, for me to spew it out like real quick, I says, why don't we get the formulators of this product, the founders of the Tri-peptide, all on the same call, and let's talk about this product. So August 15th, a Thursday night, block that out because that's going to be a phenomenal call.
Awesome, that's great. Okay, and just a couple last comments. We do have a catalog full of 100% toxic-free and organic products. So whoever sent you to this Google Hangout tonight, if you're interested in taking a look at some of the other stuff we have, definitely grab a copy of the catalog. We have probably upwards of 100 or so products in there, and some of them aren't even in there yet, so you'll be able to see them on the website. And also for anybody interested in looking at Essante from a part-time or full-time business aspect, it's an incredible, if it really is something you're passionate about with green living and organic, healthy living, then Essante is definitely a great choice for you to consider. So again, get back to the person who sent you to this Hangout. So want to thank Cheryl and Jana for coming to the Hangout and sharing your stories with us.
For having us.
Thank you for having us.
It was great.
Awesome.
Any last comments from Amanda or Michael?
You know, I'm really excited because we are going to bring out another new product in the Z3 series that we talked about today, so I'm excited about that. We got some more new things that I was talking to them about, and so just keep your eyes on Essante Organics because we got some very special things coming down the pike real shortly.
Awesome, that's exciting. I love new products. All right, cool. Well, join us again next Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. We're going to have some more interesting and exciting topics for you guys about our products. And thanks, Amanda. Thanks, everybody, for joining us tonight on this Hangout.
Thank you. Thank you, Michael.
We'll see you all next week.
Awesome.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.